As we cast our gaze across our world today, we witness wars and conflicts, unrest and chaos. It is as if the earth itself is quaking, teetering on the brink of an abyss. Footage from various corners of the world paints a grim picture of our times. Nations at odds, communities divided, families torn apart. These are not mere coincidences, but signs, indicators of the end times. The urgency of accepting Jesus in these troubling times cannot be overstated, for it is through Jesus we can find peace amidst the chaos, hope amidst despair. It is through Jesus we can navigate the stormy waters of our world and anchor ourselves in the harbor of salvation. Let us explore this path through the story of a humble blacksmith named Thomas. Unbeknownst to him, his journey would become a beacon of hope for many in the tumultuous times we live in. Have you ever pondered about the end of times? What if the end is closer than we think? What if the acceptance of Jesus is the only path to salvation? Let us unravel this with a story. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between hills and rivers, lived a humble blacksmith named Thomas. Thomas was a man of strong character, known for his integrity and kindness, but there was something peculiar about him. Thomas didn't believe in any divine power. One day a stranger arrived in the village. He was charming, charismatic, and had an aura of authority. The stranger carried a mark, a unique symbol etched into his skin. He claimed it was the mark of the beast, a sign of immense power and prosperity. Intrigued and tempted by the stranger's promises of wealth and power, the villagers, including Thomas, accepted the mark. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The village prospered, but at a heavy cost. The mark brought with it a sense of unease, discord, and suffering. Thomas, once a man of peace, was now consumed by greed and power. In his desperation, Thomas sought the help of a passing missionary, a man of God who preached the teachings of Jesus. The missionary told Thomas about the prophecy of the end times, about the mark of the beast, and how those who accept it would be damned for eternity. He explained that the only path to salvation was through accepting Jesus. Stricken with fear and guilt, Thomas decided to accept Jesus. He sought forgiveness for his sins and denounced the mark. Miraculously, the mark vanished, and Thomas felt a sense of peace and relief wash over him. He dedicated the rest of his life to spreading the teachings of Jesus and warning others of the dangers of the mark. The story of Thomas serves as a stark reminder of the prophecy of the end times. It illustrates the concept of the mark of the beast and the consequences of accepting it. It emphasizes the importance and urgency of accepting Jesus, for he is our only path to salvation. In these trying times, it's crucial to remember that accepting Jesus is not just about seeking protection from the end times. It's about embracing a path of love, compassion, and righteousness. It's about living a life that aligns with the teachings of Jesus. A life that brings us closer to salvation, not just in the end times, but in our everyday lives. As we conclude, remember to share this important message. Let those around you know of the prophecy, the mark, and the path to salvation. And don't forget to subscribe for more tales and teachings that guide us towards understanding and salvation. Remember, the end times might be closer than we think. Accept Jesus, denounce the mark, and walk the path of righteousness. For in the end, it's not just about surviving, it's about attaining salvation. As we look across the globe today, we see wars and conflicts, unrest and chaos. These are not mere coincidences, but signs of the end times, prophesied in the Holy Bible. Footage from various corners of the world shows us the reality of these troubling times. These events, these conflicts, they are the birth pains of a world nearing its end. These are stark reminders of the prophecy, of the urgency of accepting Jesus. In these trying times, let us not forget the path of righteousness, the path of salvation. For it is through Jesus we can find peace amidst the chaos, hope amidst despair.